All right, welcome to the Hudson Board of Trade. This is the first ever trade-off number one. It is December 6, 2019. So I had one student that mentioned that it was cool because he saw something where people were doing like battles or something like that. So I was like, oh, I can do something similar. So basically what we do here at the Hudson Board of Trade, we do a lot of things, but one of the things we do, we're trying to gamify trading. In particular, market making, because if you can understand market making, you understand how to trade. So what I do, or what I ask my students to do, is watch Maria Bartiromo's Wall Street Week over the weekend. I'll come up with markets for anything on her earnings calendar. It's about the last 10 minutes of the show. If it has a weekly option in it, right? So she has an earnings calendar and a financial event calendar, and then I make up the earnings prices that you'll see at the beginning of the week, and then my students can place bets on that. I size the bets correctly for them. That's risk management. I offer them a trade, but then they have to decide if they buy or sell it. So this week we have FBI-1, he's in Las Vegas, versus IT-1 here in Ohio, okay? And they were both present. We were making bets, and it just happened that they both made their bets the same way, but we have a winner because FBI-1 made a bet and lands in, and IT-1 passed on it. Typically, though, someone might want to buy something, and the other guy might want to sell something, but this week they all went the same way. So the good thing is when we talk about the trades, let's go into that. CRM, I believe that was Salesforce. I sized this for a 50 lot. Salesforce was trading 160 at the beginning of the week. At the end of the week, it was trading 158.01. So that moved to $1.99 on a $7 straddle. Each one of these students made $5.01 50 times, or $250.50. Okay, so they're both up $250.50 on CR1. Now, if you want to be a member of the Hudson Board of Trade, for $10, you get 1,000 HBOT shares that you can begin trading with. Currently, we've traded 264,000 shares at our club, and our club teaches options trading through market making. The next bet that we had from Wall Street Week was Campbell Soup. They both traded Campbell Soup, and we had two sellers of Campbell Soup. Campbell Soup was a $46.50 stock on Monday. It had a $3 straddle for the week. So they both sold. I let them sell 100 because that was proper risk management, I thought. So at the end of the week, it went to $47.75 is where it settled on Friday. It started the week at 46.5. The difference is $1.25. So they got a $3 credit when they sold the straddle, each of them, and they only had to pay out $1.25. So that means there was $1.75 a share profit. Since they did it 100 shares, that's $175 profit for both. Okay, then we went to Workday is next. Workday started the week at $172 stock, and it had an $11 straddle. I let my students do this 50 times, was the correct bet on a $10,000 account. And so it ended the week at $166.22. So that means it moved $5.78 throughout the week, but they paid at $11 to buy it, and they only got $5.78 worth of movement. That means they lost $5.22, and since they did that 50 times, it's a $261 loser. Okay. Work was the next stock that we looked at. It was a $21 stock, the company Slack. It was a $21 stock at the beginning of the week. It had a $3 straddle. They both wanted to buy it each. At the end of the week, it went out at 22.5. So 22.5 minus 21 is $1.50. And they paid $3 for that straddle. So they lost $1.50 times 100 each, because that was the proper size, is down 150 each in work. You're learning how to trade by making these little bets. Dollar General was the next stock. It was $157.50 on Monday. The straddle for the week with earnings was $10. It ended the week at $154.72. That's a move of $2.78. When you pay $10 for that and it only moves $2.78, that means you lost at $7.22 a share. So times 25, which I thought was the right amount of risk, is $150 loss. 100 sorry, Dollar General we're talking about, $180.50 loss. Tiffany's was our next stock. They both wanted to sell, and I thought that was the right move too. So I let them do it 250 times. On Monday, Tiffany's was around $134 stock, and it went out, and it had a dollar straddle. And on Friday, it closed at $133.55, right? So that's only a 45-cent move on the week. They got paid $1, right? So that's 55 cents times $250 winner is $137.50 winner for both because they both sold it. Then we had the bonds. The bonds was an interesting one, man. On Monday, we had bad news. The market was down. On Tuesday, we had bad news. The market was down. Guess what happens when the market's free falling? People want to juice everything with interest rates. So that means bond prices are going up, and TLT is similar to the 30-year bond. And so on Tuesday, I think it was over 140, making the straddle already a winner if you bought the $138 straddle for $1.50. But the blockbuster jobs report came out, 266, plus with the previous 2-month revisions positive, right? And so what happens when the economy's good? Guess what? The Fed can raise interest rates again. When the Fed can raise interest rates, bond prices go lower, right? And so it went right back. And on Friday, it settled at 138.35. So it only moved 35 cents on the week, and they paid $1.50 because they thought it might move more than $1.50 on the week. So it ended up being a $1.15 loser or a $115 loser for both. And then IT-1, and this decides the week. IT-1 did not want to make a trade in Land's End, and FBI-1 ended up making a trade in Land's End. So he bought the Land's End straddle. He paid $2, and at the beginning of the week, it was a $12.50 stock. It had earnings this week, and it closed the week at $15.05, which is a $2.55 move. And FBI-1 paid $2 200 times for movement in Land's End, and he got it, and he won. So he won 55 cents 200 times, or a $110 winner. So he's only down $33.50, while IT-1 was down $143.50. Again, this is like Chuck E. Cheese, right? For $10, you get 1,000 shares to start playing the game. And the beauty about this game is it's not about the P&L if you're up or down money. It's about understanding, what a straddle is, what a butterfly is, what a 1x2, what is a FOMC, how do we trade unemployment, what's a futures contract. So if you play the game, you'll learn all about the stock market, you'll learn about market making, because I have made a product that's simpler, safer, for students to start learning with. So please think of being a member of the Hudson Board of Trade. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, when you subscribe, to leave the bell on. That way you get updates. And please comment and thumbs up my video. I'm trying to rethink this and make this a game where it's fun to learn, because trading is vocational. And just when you think about how fantasy sports changed sports betting, I think fantasy stock trading can have the same effects, because the exchanges and the products that are out there are really for only institutional customer. And I'm trying to develop a trading floor or a trading club for the true retail customer, and I'm offering the education so that they can master it. So thank you for your time, and check in with us next week. Thank you.